Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the NASCAR 99 season, and it's off to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm gonna see how this one turns out. I got my first top 10 of the season last time out at Las Vegas. Let's see what kind of qualifying lap I can put up here at Hotlanta. Now, Atlanta Motor Speedway, I like the track. I've always liked Atlanta. I wish they would have left the track as it was in 1997 before the first before the first configuration. Or I imagine it would have been a very interesting type of racetrack if they would have had the old layout but with the current bankings. That would be a fun track to watch. Ooh, bounced off the wall a couple of times though. But I think this is going to be a solid lap. Let's see how that one turned out. Oh yeah, pole lap. Over a second faster than the competition by the looks of it. So that puts me in a pretty good spot. Let's see if I can get a better result than what the last result was. So I've got 22nd and 10th so far in the season. And the season goes on pretty long in NASCAR 99. You get close to a full season. Like I said, there's some tracks missing, but I'd say it's significantly longer than a season in NASCAR 98. And interestingly enough, there's no fantasy courses in NASCAR 99. It's all original stuff here. Well, it's all, like, real stuff, I mean. Original. The original Atlanta... No, if this was the original Atlanta Motor Speedway, it'd be the layout from NASCAR 98. I do wish that every NASCAR game had, like, legacy courses in them, like like Riverside that's no longer there, or North Wilkesboro. North Wilkesboro is back now, but in a limited capacity. But it'd be cool if they, like, did seasons and, like, put those in the game, since they could easily obtain the rights for these tracks. And it seems like it's a good battle for the lead here. It seems like it's always Richard Petty, too. Wasn't he doing pretty good at the Vegas race? Or maybe I'm remembering that wrong. But some tracks, it seems like the programming always has it set for drivers that... Like, for certain drivers. Like, if I were to do a single race as any different driver and go to Talladega in NASCAR 99, it would always put the Labonte brothers, Bobby and Terry, at the front. Now, Bobby Labonte, he was always pretty good at this track, this Atlanta. And there was that really memorable photo finish of him and Dale Sr. in Atlanta in 2000. Dale got him, but that was a pretty close finish. That's a good Atlanta race. That's a good race to go back and watch sometimes. That's a classic. Dale's 75th win. It's the next to last win. I actually have the original broadcast on VHS because it was in a box of tapes my dad gave me. It's all a bunch of old races that he taped back around 2000, 2001. I think I've mentioned those before, but there's some good races in there. It's not the complete 01 or 2000 seasons. It's because he only taped a few races in 2000, then he went on a big kick in 01. But because he was a Dale fan and Dale died that year, there's a bunch of races he just skipped and didn't tape, and it picks back up around mid-season. But I'd say I have at least half of the 2001 season on tape. And it's all with original commercials. Sometimes it's fun to just watch old commercials. I was doing that while I was working out earlier. I learned about this old McDLT sandwich that McDonald's used to have, and they did a commercial with George from Seinfeld way back before he was known as that. And man, it's crazy to see him back in those days because he had a full head of hair and he doesn't even look like George. But yeah, I'm back in the lead with about halfway through this one. I'd say it's about time for pit stops if I do say so myself, since we're at the halfway point, but my low fuel light hasn't come on yet. I'm probably gonna pit within the next lap or so. I think I'm gonna pit next time by, since this is the halfway stage. If I can... Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, yeah, I'm only in the yellow. It goes like yellow, brown, and then red. It's kind of like a brownish color. I like the damage model in this game. It's pretty neat. The thing that... darn it. I said next time by. Oh no. Everybody's gonna pit except for me. Oh, this is not good. That's the second time I've missed the pit lane. And I've got serious damage now. I think I should be able to make it around, though. I think it's going to be good. I'm just not going to have a good result after this. Oh, well. I guess that's just the way it goes sometimes. Be able to make it this time by. Gonna pit this time by. Okay, yeah, I'm going to repair that damage. That is not going to... I'm not going to let that get in the way this time. Alright, let's see what my reliable pit crew can do for me here. But yeah, I like to go back and watch vintage commercials on YouTube sometimes. Sometimes it's stuff that's way before my time, like the old Chrysler commercials. The soft Corinthian leather. Okay, I'm not in last. I'm not in last. And I think there was, if I remember right, there's a McDonald's commercial that also had John Goodman in it. I might be remembering that wrong. There are plenty of commercials from my time, though, that I remember pretty fondly. I remember one that I used to laugh at as a kid because I'd laugh every time it came on. It was a Hardee's chicken breast commercial where they were advertising like a chicken breast sandwich, and it would just be a chicken walking around on the commercial with the black bar across its chest. And I used to think that was the funniest thing, and it would make my family angry because I would just laugh and laugh and laugh. And oh, good times. And then there's the classic Verizon commercials, like, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good." That guy eventually went to Sprint, I think, so he switched companies. So that was kind of a weird era. Trying to remember some other classics. Of course, you had the Sunny D commercials where the bottles would do crazy things. Like the one where they lock up the bottle of Sunny D and it just shakes and then it explodes, and then it's like you can't match the Power Pack taste of Sunny D. Then there's I'm sure y'all remember Moon Sand, right? And then there was the Fushigi, and then the Zoo Pals, and then you had the local commercials that would always come on whenever my dad was watching Judge Judy or the news. Back when we only had like 3 or 4 channels, it'd be stuff like the Go Goldie Auto, Go Goldie. Man, that would get annoying because they'd play it like 3 times in a row, like every commercial break. I'm pretty sure that place is still around. It's like some kind of car dealership or something. The local commercials can be a hoot sometimes. They always do goofy things in those. I don't even know if do people still watch TV? I mean, to my understanding, television's a dying medium. Everybody does the streaming now. But, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, there are still people who have cable. I mean, surprisingly, but me, I don't have streaming or cable. I have a lot of DVDs, and I watch a lot of YouTube. Alright, that wasn't the result I was hoping it was going to be. That pit stop was not good, and that was my fault because I should have pitted with everybody else. But I still rallied back for a little bit of something there. And it was good enough to put me in the top 10 in points. So, ooh, Bristol, it's Bristol, baby. Let's see what this Bristol Motor Speedway has. Man, I'm hoping I don't crash out of this one, because there's a lot of beating and bumping and crashing in this track. It's probably going to be... Nah, I'm going to go ahead and qualify. I know I complain about that frame rate issue that certain tracks have during qualifying, and ooh, you can... okay, it hasn't started yet. I haven't started my lap yet. Probably not going to be a great lap by any means, and you can see how the frame rate does that thing going into the corners. It's especially noticeable at Bristol, and it's tough to make these corners as a result. So if I don't put up a good qualifying lap, you can see why. I could eventually invest in some recording equipment for my PS2 so I can play certain PS1 games on there. I don't expect that to be a golden what? That was a pole lap? Okay. I wasn't expecting that to be a pole lap by any means, folks. But I'll take them where I get them. Or where I can get them. You know what? I'll see what I can do here. Bristol is a pretty fun track to race in just about any NASCAR game. My favorite thing to try to do is to see how many cars I can lap before the race is over. And I can already see the tail end of the field on the other side there. I don't know how long it will take me to get to them, but I would say I should be able to get a few of them off the lead lap before the race is over. As long as I don't have a bad pit stop and... Oh no. Speaking of pit stops, I don't know where my pit stall is. I do not know which one it's supposed to be. It might be the backstretch one. I see a couple of strange dots on the track maps, so it might be the backstretch. I'm not gonna take my chances. I'm going to see if the track map is correct. Because, yeah, it doesn't necessarily tell you. I don't know what you would have to do, or if it's like determined by qualifying position. I mean, that's how it works in the real life NASCAR at Bristol. Oh, and fun fact, I think I've mentioned it before. I've been to Bristol. I went for the night race in 2023? Yeah, it was 22. It was 22. I went to Dega in 23. Both times went with my friend Charlie, and it was pretty fun. I hope I can go to another race next year. At the time of recording this, I didn't get to go to a race in 2024. Too many factors out of my control. I had to get that new car. I had to deal with losing a crap ton of hours at work, and just a lot of stuff kind of kept me from being able to pursue that this year. So that's the plan for next year, to go to a race. I went to 3 concerts this year, so that was fun. At least I got to do that. But I am going to try to make going to a NASCAR race next season a priority. I would personally like to go to Kansas. That was the original plan for this year, but plans can change. I'm just hoping, though, I can afford to go somewhere next year. But I'm thinking either Kansas, Atlanta, Pocono. Pocono would be a nice one, because I've never been to Pennsylvania. And it's crazy to think that all these years I haven't been to Pennsylvania, and that state is literally next door to me. I am an Ohio guy. So, yeah, I don't know why I've never been over there yet, but there are a few things I would like to check out over there, like Pocono and the Liberty Bell. It'd be like in How I Met Your Mother, where Ted and Barney go to lick the Liberty Bell. I hear it tastes like pennies. But yeah, there's some neat historical stuff over there. And of course you got Pittsburgh and Philly and... Ooh, Scranton. I want to go to Scranton because I love The Office. The Office is a pretty good show, and... I hear there's actually like a Office gift shop over there that would be worth checking out. That would be really cool. Hey, I made the right call. I made the right call to go down the backstretch pit. I just hope that I come out of this with a decent result, because I know I'm not going to come out of this with the lead. But I hope my reliable crew can get me out of here in a good amount of time. It looks like the lead's changed a couple of times. I love the way the track map looks in this game. It's so pretty with all these multicolored dots to represent the different cars on the track. And yeah, this game just, it hits all the nostalgia berries, the member berries. It hits all the nostalgia for me. I love NASCAR 99. It is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. And yeah, I've been playing this game since, I must have been like 3 years old. As far back as my sentience will go. I mean, I'm thinking pretty early back to that Christmas when my dad got the PlayStation with this game. Although it wasn't the regular NASCAR 99, it was NASCAR 99 Legacy, which, that one's pretty neat. The only thing that's different about it, though, is it has Dale Jr. in it and Homestead, which it pretty much just updates it for the 1999 season. Which, yeah, this game's based off the 98 season. It keeps that trend going that the EA games were always numbered a year ahead for some weird reason. NASCAR 2000 does the same thing, which I like NASCAR 2000 a little bit. It kind of uses a lot of the similar graphics. You notice how 98 and 99 look totally different from each other, which I love the graphics here. I love the aesthetic of NASCAR 99. The cars are so blocky and square, and I love it. It's so pleasing to my eye. Ooh, I'm back in the top 10, but it looks like lap traffic is definitely playing a huge role. I'm just staying up high, trying to avoid as much trouble as I can so I don't crash out. And I'm back in 7th so far, so... Ooh, man, this is a wad of cars. This is just... I'm in the top 5, though. I'm gonna keep marching ahead and see what I can do, but man, all these cars piling up here, I'm surprised there hasn't been a couple of crashes yet. I'm surprised I'm still on track, and if I can just hold on for a couple more laps, I don't even want to win, really. But if I win, that would be cool. I just want to get out of here with a good result. And this will finish off part 2. But hey, I mean, I'm closing in on the leader, but I just don't think I can get there with lap to go. And I think that's Rusty Wallace leading, which he back then was pretty good at Bristol. My car's not totally destroyed, so I mean, I can probably send it. But I don't think I'm going to get to him. It looks like I'm going to get a runner-up finish. That's going to be my best finish of the season so far. I'll enjoy that for sure. There's a little Dale cross on the line. And that bumps me up to 9th in points. Good stuff, good stuff. Texas is next. So I'm going to go ahead and save the season once again. And I will see you all in part 3.